Is it only...
Card only, look, yeah.
See, I thought that little hole was sucking fumes, which would have sucked petrol as well, wouldn't it?
It's big one that sucks the fumes, the little one's that cut off.
Yeah, and there's a £20 coin there. Can you take out the £20 and the 5p as well? And then give me the bag back, please. I have actually heard an urban rumour that if you fill up when your temperature's cold, you get a little bit more pence per, little more fuel per litre.
Not anymore.
I'm offering the payment again to you. Will you take that £20 coin?
I can't accept that.
I've just spoken to my wife,
Oh yeah.
who works in a bank,
Yeah.
to clarified that they're not legal tender.
What choices have you got then?
We're full of police, so we do it as a drive.
Take your postcode or
Number 4, please. If you refuse to do that, there's another option to ring police.
Right, okay.
Try and work through it.
Before us, we have Morrison's 24-hour petrol station. Just for the record, there's a £20 coin, 3 25p half crowns, a 2p, a 1p, a 5p, a 5p, a 5p, and a 5p. That's £20.98. However, shops like Morrison's don't need to accept them. So what would happen there is they would take the goods back to the shelf and you'd end up walking back out with your commemorative coins. But at a petrol station, you take your goods first, you put it in your vehicle, and that forms a contract. And I didn't know this until Julian Chamberlain explained this all to me. So thank you, Julian. The link to your channel is in the description. And anybody who wants to see more of these kind of interactions, you'll find a lot of them on Julian's channel. So first I need a car. I've got the coins and a car, yes. Here we go. Let's see if they accept the cash. But first I need to check there's nothing on the pump saying certain denominations are not accepted, like £50 notes for instance. So I'll just have a quick scan. I can't see any signs saying no £50 notes, no £20 notes. We do accept these cards, Visa, Delta, and various other ones, MasterCard. £20, 98p. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the money down. I'm going to ask for my bag back. So I'm going to ask them to take out the money in cash. And give me the bag back. No, there's no signs, just have a bit of a wide shot. £1.67.9. That's what it costs here for petrol per litre. I really want to put £20 in really actually. It's easier to add up. So I put £20 and 5p in. And I've got £20.98 in cash. But before I go in, alright. Do you know the actual nozzle has got a little hole in the end, hasn't it?
It has.
What's that do?
On the unleaded?
Yeah, there's like a little hole, like a suction hole.
That one?
Yeah, what's it do?
It's for the cut-off. You know when it clicks off when it's full?
Some systems have this vapor extraction thing.
That's that one.
Oh, that's that. What does that do?
Sucks the vapour away.
The vapor. So the hole is for the...
That's for the... That one's for the cut-off. You know when it clicks, when it's full and it clicks? That's that one. That one there, as petrol's coming out to there, It's sucking fumes back up that one.
See, I thought that little hole was sucking fumes, which would have sucked petrol as well,
No,
wouldn't
it's big one that sucks the fumes. The little ones that cut off.
it? Right, cheers. Hello. I've just learnt something about your pump. Yeah, do you know the little hole in the end? It's for cutting off the fuel, isn't it? Or you might not know. And then there's a little vapour extraction thing further up.
Vapour recovery.
I thought that vapour recovery was sucking petrol as well back off you.
No, it's taking taking the vapours away for it can be collected and then it's
Okay.
done. £20 then.
Yeah, there's a £20 coin there. Can you take out the £20 and the 5 pence as well? And then give me the bag back, please.
I don't know if we can accept these coins.
It's a legal tender. Do you want to serve this gentleman? I'll let you serve this gentleman
I'll call
first.
the manager and just double check.
Yeah. And then if you just serve this gentleman first.
I will.
Don't want to keep you waiting, do we?
Oh, no, it's right.
Yeah, can I have the bag back, please, with the change? With the change.
Second.
So if you take the £20 coin, which is that one in your right hand, and the 5 pence off here, because they're half crowns. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that'll pay for it.
I've never seen one of these before.
Have you not?
That's all.
Yeah, it's a £20 coin. Yeah.
Hello, I've got a gentleman just come in and he's given me a £20 coin. I've never seen one before. Sorry? A £20, it's a silver £20 coin. I've never seen one. It says it's legal tender, it's got the Queen's head, and it's dated 2018. They're like the commemorative ones, like when the silver jug. I've got one of the silver jug which I recognise because I've got one myself. But it's a £20, a silver £20 coin. I've never seen one. You can? No. Okay, I'll pass it on. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you. I've just spoke to his manager. Oh.
Sorry.
And she says that we're not allowed to take those commemorative coins.
Do you-
Those are legal tender, but I've just been told I'm not allowed to accept them.
Okay. Do you want to serve these gentlemen and
Yeah,
then?
I'll give you those back for now.
Yeah, love. So them and 3 packs of 4 green rizzles as well, please. I've got no fuel. Yeah. Yes, please.
So that's a half coin, half crown, half crown, half crown, £20 coin, 2 pence, 1 pence, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, of course you can.
First one, I'm sure I tell you, flick it as I was walking.
Nice one. Thank you very much, love.
It was 3.
Right, so
I'm not a champion.
I've got the £20 coin back, and the 2 pence, the 1 pence, the 4 5 pences, and the 3 half crowns at 25 pence each.
need those coins exchanging, I recommend that you go to a bank.
Well, you could actually do that when you cash them in. Not you personally, your cash department.
I can't accept those coins because then my till will be down. I've spoke to a manager and she says that I cannot accept those commemorative coins. If you need them, you need to exchange them at a bank.
But I've just paid for my fuel with them, and you're giving me back.
I've not took for your fuel, I've given you your coins back. I need £20.05.
Yeah, I've just given it you.
I can't accept those coins.
Oh, right. Sorry?
Not legal tender.
They are legal tender.
They're not legal tender. You're not allowed to take them.
Right.
I can take a £20 note, I can take a £50 note, but I cannot take those commemorative coins. You need to exchange them at a bank.
But it's got the same legal status as a £1 coin.
Sorry, but I'm just saying what my manager
All right.
said.
Yeah.
So I need £20.05.
There you go.
Can't accept those coins.
Can you hurry up, pal? There's a rake.
Right.
Here.
What I'll do, I'll move my car and I'll come back in, yeah? I'll move my car.
If you cannot pay,
I'll just move my car and I'll come back in. Then
actually go as a drive off and report.
I'll just move my car and I'll come back in. Yeah. Right, just park here for now. Yeah, well, because they are legal tender, I understand your manager said you won't be taking them,
Yeah.
but because I've offered to pay,
Yeah.
what's the other alternative now? Because
You pay cash.
You pay cash, not those coins.
I can't accept those.
okay, so you've been instructed not to accept them.
Yeah.
Okay, perhaps I need to speak to the person,
That's
and then I can just explain to them.
Get a manager to come to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
Yeah.
then let them, what that difference that'll make.
Okay.
If she accepts them, we can accept them. We can't accept them because of what they've told us, just the way it is.
Yeah, maybe it'll be helpful if the manager looked into the legal status, and then you can carry on with serving the petrol station.
The number one, is it only?
Card only, look, yeah.
He wants to speak to a manager because I can't accept those coins for his payment. Thank you. Bye. Nobody's coming over.
All right, thank you very much. I'll go and wait outside, and I'll sit in my car. I'm just next to the Hoover,
Right,
So-
well, we are, look, yeah.
I haven't driven off.
No, we understand that. You're on camera anyway.
Yeah, just to advise you before anybody comes in, they do have the same legal status.
I'm not disputing that.
Okay.
I am not disputing that at all. All I'm saying is I can't accept them. And there's nobody in cash office at this moment in time to confirm. So there's a manager coming over, she'll sort it out with you.
Thank you very much then. All right, cheers.
Okay?
Yeah.
Can I have number 4, please?
No, leave that on.
Right, so just waiting for a manager now just to pop over and explain these coins. Hopefully they'll take them off me. Like a gas meter, that. I just had a quick brief look at your machine. It's like a gas meter, isn't it?
Wow.
You know, like a measuring device. It's like a gas meter.
I put a collar on,
Yeah.
and it measures because it's calibrated how much it sucks.
Yeah.
Because it will, so like if it's dispensing at 38 litres a minute, it sucks 38 litres a minute of air. So that, but that's calibrated within a 5% tolerance. And if it goes out of that tolerance, it turns the pump off.
All right, I see. That's
So it can't
that's clever.
suck too many fumes, and it's sucking
All right.
fuel. It actually turns itself off, so that if it goes outside, it's calibrated at between 95 and 105% efficiency, and if it goes outside of that, it gives them a warning, and after 7 days turns pump off.
Clever stuff. I have actually heard an urban rumour that if you fill up when your temperature's cold, you get a little bit more pence per, little more fuel per litre.
Not anymore.
All right, does it calibrate for that as well?
Yeah, they've had temperature compensation fitted on the pumps now,
Clever stuff.
so it compensates.
I'll leave you to it. Thanks anyway.
Yeah, all right, Paul, no problem.
All right. Right, just waiting for the manager. Not sure if the manager's come in yet. Excuse me. Thanks. Hello. Do you want to chat outside? Then we're not in this. Yeah. I don't know whether you've come across this before. Have you ever come across? Have you not? Right. I don't want to disturb your customers.
Yeah.
So basically, that's a £20 coin.
Right.
And 5 pence. Obviously, I did say just take the 20 and the 5.
Yeah.
They're half-crown coins.
Right.
They're worth 25 pence each, believe it or not.
Right.
When you look at that though, that's worth 20. You'd think the other way around, wouldn't you? So because that's legal tender, and I've tried to pay, and I've got no other means to pay, where does that leave me?
Well, see, we don't accept them, but we'd have to default it, take your details, and then you'd have to come back and pay
But
in a different method.
that would be a massive inconvenience for myself to come back again, because I don't live around here.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be an option.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm offering the payment again to you. Will you take that £20
I
coin?
can't accept that.
All right. Could you get authorisation from perhaps your main store? You might be surprised. I think your main head office will advise you accordingly.
Well, see, it's not something we've come across before. We just, obviously, we won't accept
Do you want to have a
that.
quick look at it while you're here?
I believe you, I do
Oh.
believe you. It's just we don't accept that, you know, in as tills and stuff like that.
Okay, well, I can't pay any other way at this moment in time, and it would be a big inconvenience to come back again.
Yeah. Well, we could take your details, contact head office, and you could pay online, something like that.
Sorry, that's not an option either. I mean, I am offering payment now today to you,
I understand that. But
and I
we
don't want to go away without you accepting the payment, because
Right.
you do know it's legal tender, don't you?
Yeah, but we don't accept.
Do you want to
it?
Google it and just find out more information
I
about it?
do. I believe you. I do believe
Okay.
you. I do.
Well, I just want to say thank you very much for being professional.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do now.
I'll speak to the guys in petrol, and we'll see what next step is. All right.
All right, thanks. Well, she's been very professional, and so have the people beforehand, and the customers have been patient, so that's good. But I've offered this more than once now, this payment, £20 coin and a 5 pence. You know, it's not like I put £20 and 98 pence in. You know, I've got to save them coins because they're part of commemorative purposes. You know, they might be worth something in a bit. Yeah, that's a half crown, I believe, 25 pence. Bigger than the £20 coin. So yeah, raid the piggy bank with these high extortionate prices. They are coming down a little bit, that's good to say. Hello? What's that? Yeah, of course.
I'm just going to show you this here.
All right, okay. Yeah. What's that?
No, this, what is it you'll do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
I can't tell you that, sorry. you don't want to show me, you just want to know what I do, don't you?
No, I'm just now curious what you do with cuffs.
All right, yeah. You never know when you're going to need them, let's put it that way. So, go on.
No, what I'm saying is, sorry, I do that, it confuses it and don't start motors. So, that seals,
Ah,
you know what I mean? So now, as I put that on there, that hole's free, and I'm sucking up that collar.
I get it.
And then this just starts it automatic.
Yeah, it's just like a gas meter, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's
are
just
like
telling me
old
about
gas
his things.
meter.
What we can do for you, sorry for all this inconvenience.
All right, yeah.
What we can do is default it here, and you can pay at your nearest Morrison's that's closest to you.
I'll tell you what, I'll come and speak to them in a minute. Is that the
Yeah.
only option?
Yeah.
Right, if you just advise your staff what you need to do, and I'll come in a minute. Sorry, what were you saying? It's very interesting, that.
Yeah. What I'm doing now, I'm just sealing that up, and
Oh, I can see the numbers.
then what this one does is 21. For some reason it don't want to. But yeah, what it does is seals that, and so then I'm just sucking up that collar. So he leaves that front hole open, and I'm just sucking up that outer collar, and it calibrates it, as I say, so that it doesn't suck not enough, and you end up with vapour coming out the wrong place, and it doesn't suck too much. They only have to have it Might be because I've got it programmed out. But yeah, when I do it, as I say, it sucks up that, and then it's not sucking too much, it's not sucking too little. We only get a 10% tolerance either side, 5% either side of 100.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it sucks just the right amount. And then, that's why. Might be because I've got nozzle out.
Does it suck on the diesel as well?
No, diesel doesn't have vapour, so it doesn't
Right.
suck on diesel.
Could you come in and sort your details out?
Yeah,
please?
yeah. Have you much to explain?
No, that's all right. I'll just
I'll
show
come in
you
in a
that
second. Yeah.
we
Okay.
just suck up there just to, you know, so that is nothing at all to do. It just sucks up that.
Right.
But
So that's the cut off. The little hole's the cut off. I get it. Yeah.
that's just for the cut off.
I thought they were cheeky. There was measuring out petrol and sucking it in through that hole.
No, they don't do that.
Anyway, thanks for that.
And then that is, there's not a great deal to see, but that's there's a probe in each of the meters that's measuring the temperature of the fuel and compensating for the outdoor temperature.
Clever.
So
How do you set the actual pence per litre? Is it done
They
inside?
do that off at till, yeah.
I see.
So that is essentially, you get a government mandated number of energies for your money now. You don't get, because a litre of hot liquid is expandedly more than a litre of cold liquid. So now it's measured on, you get a litre of energies. You don't get a litre physically, you get a litre of energies. If it's hot, if it's cold, you will get the same number of energies for your money.
Wow, clever stuff.
Well,
Or is it a rip-off?
it isn't, because it swings and roundabouts. These probably losing winter when they're giving you more,
Yeah.
and winning summer when they're giving you less. But over the year, it's been calculated that.
So
they give you the
maybe
same
it's just the
amount.
pence per litre that's a bit of a rip-off and not the
That's a
pump.
rip.
Anyway, leave you to it, thanks.
All right, pal.
Right, so just go and see what update I've got for you. Hello. Yeah, sorry about that. It was just explaining how the pumps work and the little hole that I've now found out that it's not stealing petrol.
It's not stealing the
And I'm not stealing petrol by offering the money either.
Okay. So what name is it, please?
Why do you need my name?
It's for the default.
There's no default, I've paid.
You haven't paid,
You
no.
have not paid.
Oh, right.
No, we're going to put it, you can come back to any store and pay it. You can take that to any other store if you like, but we can't
They'll
accept
tell you
that.
the exactly
Which,
same
when you say
store.
any other store, which store do you
Any
mean?
other
Any
Morrison's.
Morrison's store.
Okay.
The nearest to where you live,
We're going to default it here and then you can pay at a different Morrison's.
any for your convenience.
So I can take it to a different Morrison store, is that what you said?
No.
Oh, yeah, I thought you just said that.
You've got to pay the amount that's ordered to do the store.
You will not be able to
Deal
spend
with them
those
at that other
coins
store.
in any Morrison's store.
Oh.
If you want those coins exchanging, you must go to a bank.
Bank.
A Barclays
But I'm not
bank.
actually in the store though, am I? In the petrol station?
Yeah, it's all the same.
So if I went to Morrison's and I wanted to buy, I don't know, £20 of food, you probably say, we'll take the goods back and you'll have to go somewhere else. Is that how it works? Well, the only option I've got right now then, I mean, you've got an engineer, is to take the fuel back out the vehicle. That's the only option I've got left because it's an inconvenience to come back.
Yeah, you don't have to come back to this one. The
You can go
nearest Morrison's
wherever you
here
live, you can go to the nearest Morrison's and
and
pay it.
pay with different
But I just still use this again.
You'll
No.
try that there, you can't do it here.
Okay, I'll go to another Morrison's and pay there with this.
Yeah.
Well, you can
Go on,
get
you do as you feel you need to do, that's
So-
all we can say.
Are you saying if I go to another Morrison's, I can pay again? But
not with
No.
that. With,
not with this?
No.
But they might accept it. Other petrol
Well, go and try
stations
them and
do.
see how you go on with
I've
it.
heard other petrol stations accept these coins.
We don't.
Tesco's accept them,
We're not Tesco's.
although
yeah,
sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do. You never know where
We're
you
not,
are.
So obviously I won't bother, I would just try and take them to the bank to make life easy for everybody. It's just getting to the point now
well,
that we need to...
I'm not prepared to give you my name and address, but you can have my registration number because my name and address is
We'll
attached
just
to that.
take it as a drive-off.
I'll do it as a drive-off.
Just do it as a drive-off. We can't handle it anymore. It's gone as far as we can. We've tried to be reasonable.
I thought I was being reasonable
and
by
we're
offering you
explain-
payment.
We're trying to explain they're not legal tender to us. Try somewhere else by all means, but we need to put it either as a default or a drive-off. If you're refusing to give your name and address, we'll do it as a drive-off.
Well, if I just leave this £20 coin and the 5 pence here, I've then paid, haven't I?
No.
Yeah, because if I walk away,
Somebody could walk off with it. We're not accepting it. We're not accepting that.
Did you not think you should hang on to it just for collateral because it's worth £20 and 5 pence, this money?
Do what you want, stay there all day for me. I can't do any more than I've tried.
Okay, well, thank you for being reasonable. Sorry about that.
I'm trying to be reasonable, but you seem to be just not
Well,
going any further.
If it's legal tender, we should be able to accept it.
Not at Morrison's.
All right, okay. So you can have my registration number. You can have my first name's Mark. I'll give you that, that's fine. And my registration details is on the vehicle.
I need a postcode to complete this paperwork.
Right, I
It will
don't...
not let me move on without a postcode.
Oh, right, well, I don't wish to give you my postcode details because I'm offering payment. If I didn't have a payment, I'd give them to you.
Put nil, Jackie, and take it on.
What do you want me to do it? Do you want to do it as like that? Do you want me to do it as a drive off, or do you want me to just phone police now?
You can do either or. What would you like? Where would you like it to go?
What,
You would
me?
like to involve
I'd like you
police?
to accept the coins because the legal
You're not
tender.
accepting coins.
Well, then
Explain that.
what choices have you got then?
We either phone police or we do it as a
We either
drive.
take your postcode or we...
Number 4, please.
If you're refusing to do that, there's other options to ring police.
Well, don't ring the police because it's a civil matter, this.
Well, it's a 999 call, love, that's all it is. That's all I can do. We've tried to be reasonable, you must understand we've been trying, and we've not
But
got anywhere.
I'm sure the police will advise you it's a
Just let
civil
them come,
matter.
love, I'm not here to argue all day long.
Thank you.
I can do a 99 call and let them deal with it. I can't take it any further. than what
If
we
that's
do.
all you left to do, then I can't tell you what to do. You can only do what you feel's right to do. I can't tell you what to do. If you just explain to them that I'm trying to pay with
Hello there.
legal tender.
It's Morrison's petrol station. It's police. Hello. Yeah. Hello there. It's Brampton petrol station at Corton Wood. I could do with an officer as soon as possible, please. There's a chap coming with some coins, and we're not allowed to take them. And he won't give us his details to put it as a driver for a default. Some coins, some £20 coins, we don't accept them. We don't accept the payment. If we're trying to put it as a default, but he won't give us name and address and postcode, so it's going to be a drive-off.
You can have my car registration details
He's still here and he will not leave at the moment.
because I want to pay.
He wants to pay, but he's putting these £20 coins in us at us. We're not allowed to take them. There's no other way of paying. No, he doesn't intend paying either, other than his coins. We've tried everything we can and be reasonable. We've asked him to pay elsewhere. We wanted to use these coins. They're not legal tender for Morrison's.
Can you tell them I'll give you my registration number?
101. Yeah, I'll try that, love, yeah. Okay then, yeah. Thank you.
I'll just go and wait in car, is that alright?
Do what you want, love.
Okay, I'll just wait in
Do what you
car.
want.
Yeah, I'll just wait in car, yeah.
Have patience, just do what you want.
Oh, right, okay.
Well,
Sorry you feel like that.
I just don't know what to do.
Yeah,
I'm around all day long doing this to people,
but it's legal tender. I'll just go and wait in car for a minute.
do what you want, I've said that one.
Okay.
Bye.
Sorry?
Bye.
Bye, I'm not going.
No,
It's not a drive off, I'm not going.
okay then, thanks. Bye.
Oh, I'm sorry he feels like that. He obviously doesn't understand, but a bit of an update now. They've rung 999 and they've been advised to ring 101. I have a feeling that if they ring 101, they'll probably then accept the coins because otherwise it's just deemed a civil matter anyway. So yeah, I'm just going to stop this recording and pick it up again with an update. This is part 2 of the update. I've still got the coins, I'm still in the petrol station. I'm going to go back in now to see if there's any update with the 101. Yeah, that's my details, yeah.
Checking your vehicle, love.
Yeah, that's all right.
Number 4.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
do you want to go in?
Come forward, please. Got a fuel card.
Right, just a quick update for you. What's happening there is they're currently checking my details on the Ask Mid website. It's showing up as taxed and tested. However, there is a police car over there, actually. I wonder if I can get their attention. See if they can help out in the matter. We're in McDonald's of all places. Right, see if we can speed things along. The car's still in the petrol station, so I haven't drove off. Just quickly, have you got a minute in the petrol station? I'm just in the petrol station. Have you got a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Right, so we've got the police here. Hopefully this will speed things up. Don't expect to be arrested, I'll be honest with you. To be honest, I hope they're going to give them some advice that it's a civil matter and not a criminal one. Oh wait up, he's going to get there before me. Hello. Hello.
Card or cash.
Right, okay.
You use £20 cash, not the coins.
Go ahead.
And we're on to 101 now, but while you're here, if you have to deal with it. Right. Just check that.
Yes, that one.
Do you want to have a look? They are legal tender. I just that's
I know what you mean.
Oh, do you know all about them?
Let's have a look.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's some half-crown coins there. They're worth 25 pence each. But the only one I need to pay with is the £20 and the 5 pence.
Right, okay.
What do you suggest?
I don't...
We're waiting for a 101 to bring us back.
Right,
Do you want to have a look?
Yeah.
What are they?
So what this is a £20 legal tender coin,
Yeah.
and that's a 5 pence legal tender coin. They both have legal tender status,
Anyway, thanks for
and that's a 25 pence coin. Obviously, it's a half crown. You don't see many of those.
Yeah.
They might be intended for commemorative purposes, but they still got legal tender. You can spend them.
Right.
So if I were to try and spend it in Morrison's store, they would probably say we don't accept it. So then I'd have to give them the goods back. So I've offered them to take the diesel out of the vehicle,
yeah.
but obviously they have an engineer here working on that. Maybe he could do it. But they said I'm being awkward. So, but I did say I'm trying to pay with the £20 coin and the 5 pence. So
Do you know if Morrison's accept it or is
Well-
it just them that don't?
they've just said they won't accept it. I know the
Is
petrol
it the petrol station or just Morrison's?
No, just petrol station here. This is just the business with the petrol station.
Yeah.
So other petrol stations in the country do accept them.
Okay.
What coins are there?
A £20 coin. I'm trying to pay with a commemorative £20 coin. It's a legal tender
Legal tender, £20 coin.
and a 5 pence because it's come to more than what I've got.
So I'm just on phone to the sergeant regarding it. And a normal 5p.
It's a normal £20 coin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're on the phone to 101, but I'll just tell them to cancel it. Thank you.
Do you want to have a closer look? Then you've got.
Cotton wood. Yeah, it's a negative statement. I've got four.
There you go. That's a £20 coin. I'll let you have a look.
I've never seen one of these before.
And everything that we've seen on CCTV kind of thing.
Where'd you get these from?
Sorry, a coin collector.
So, my sergeant said it's more of a civil matter, and all Morrison's can do is take down your details. It's all right. Take down your details because you're willing to pay.
Well, I've offered them to give. I've given them my registration number.
Yeah.
And my first name, Mark.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
if they want to pursue it, obviously they've got
Yeah.
ways of pursuing it from that.
We've
I don't
done
want
it-
to give them my name and
No.
address because I don't know what they're going to do with my details.
Right.
So they've got procedure now apparently, but it's a civil matter and I've offered payment.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if it goes to court now, the court's going to say, well, why didn't you accept the legal tender? Because
Yeah.
you know.
In my mum's.
Well, I'd like to think they would.
My mum's a cop in West Yorkshire and she had this where they just didn't accept cash and it was card only. He's put his fuel in and then they've told him, oh, we're not accepting cash. And then they've gone, well, they've done it as a take-off of that payment. They've contacted him and they've gone, actually, well, it's not because they're willing to pay.
I did advise them not to ring 999. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
they did. Then they
No,
didn't want to.
That's all right. I'll go speak with
Can I
him.
just ask you? It's okay to wear these, isn't it?
Bear with.
Or are you not sure?
I'm not sure.
All right. It is okay. You might not have learnt that yet because you're pretty new, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. You've got a smiley face. Normally, after a few years, it's like they're miserable. Yeah. How long have you been on job, if you don't mind me asking? I'm recording, by the way.
Literally.
Are you recording?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like 7 months.
7 months.
Yeah.
Have you done any arrests yet?
Yeah, like 5.
5. That's not many.
I know.
Maybe there's not much crime nowadays.
Exactly. Maybe one Welsh, just a bit of a nicer area.
Wanwell. I've
Yeah.
heard all about Wanwell.
Yeah.
So you're stationed at Wanwell.
Yeah.
How many officers do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
Not enough.
Not enough.
No.
Are you recruiting?
Probably.
Well, I've got half the kit.
What do you do?
I'm a security officer.
Got you.
But because there's no
not-
law against it,
Yeah.
you know, you never know when you're going to use them.
Yeah.
And I am a bit kinky as well sometimes, so you never know when you're going to use them. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is what it is. You know, if it was unlawful, I wouldn't use them. So I'll just explain how I would use them when I would use them.
Yeah.
If somebody's harming themselves or somebody else,
Yeah.
then first approach, I would speak to them. Secondly, I would potentially use physical restraint, you know,
Yeah.
with hands. And thirdly, you know, if no one else is around to help me, maybe I'll choose whether, from a dynamic risk assessment obviously,
Yeah.
whether to apply handcuffs or not. And that's only to stop them harming themselves or someone else.
Yeah.
But they're just a very, very last resort, you know. You get training to use them, don't you?
Yeah.
And so do security guards if they want to use them. But they have to justify, just like yourself.
Yeah. Everything.
Anyway, I waffle on. What do you want to tell me?
I've not got anything to really say.
Keep out of trouble?
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to by offering the payments.
I know. I'm sure Jake will just tell him that and hopefully he'll be fine.
Sorry, have I stopped you eating your McDonald's?
No, we didn't get any food, we're just getting a drink, don't worry.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I was in Greater Manchester the other day, last week I think it was.
Just give me 1 second.
Yep.
Hello? Hello?
Have you given them any details?
Don't arrest me now.
I'm not.
You can use my
I was
handcuffs.
going to say, can you use yours? Have you given them your details? Anything at all?
I've given them my registration number. Well, I've offered it to them, but they said
Yeah.
they've already got it. And I've said my name's Mark.
Yeah.
So from the registration details, they can
Right.
obviously access my personal
Right.
data.
You're not willing to give address?
Do have to.
Eh,
You see, they can obtain my address, can't
yeah. I've said that to him. They can go through registration and put it through that way. That's just what I told him.
they? But it's not a criminal matter, though. It's not a
It's
driver.
not, it's
I'm trying to
civil.
offer.
Exactly.
I did say to them,
Oh,
why don't you
bear
keep
with.
why don't you keep hold of it
Yeah.
until it's resolved? But no.
No, it's not trying for it. It's not civil. It'll probably worse than that report and drive off for that payment because the guy's willing to pay. We just not giving the details to him.
Can you create an incident number for this, for reference? Then I can keep that for my record. So if the police do turn up, obviously.
If it's a civil matter, we probably won't put anything
Oh, I
for
see.
it there, that's the thing. Because we don't need to crime anything, so like I said, you're
Right.
not exactly made up in our payment. So there's nothing for us to put on that you've come to Morrison's and they're not accepting your cash. Like, there's nothing to it for us to really put on.
I mean, I sometimes see.
Oh, I've just cut them off.
I sometimes see signs saying we don't accept £50 notes.
Yeah.
Well, if I'd have seen that, I'd know then beforehand.
Yeah.
But if there were signs saying they don't accept £20 coins,
Yeah.
then, you know,
Yeah.
that would be a different matter.
Yeah.
You know, because I put the fuel in after I've seen the message. But once you get the fuel,
Yeah, no worries, thank you. So I'll just go tell him you're not willing to give you details, and then they'll just do it through reg. I've told them they can do that. Because it's civil, we can't really get you details, that kind of thing anyway. So I'll just go tell them that, and they can do it that way.
is that right? So if it's a civil matter, you can't request my
I
details?
mean, we can, but it's a fine line, isn't it? I'll double check with my sergeant, but
I was wondering if there were an incident number for this, because obviously if I get arrested for driving off when I've tried to pay, that's unlawful, because that's misinformation. I've tried to pay, they won't accept.
I've told him you're willing to pay, so you're not going to get arrested.
I'm willing to pay with the same coin
Yeah,
because it's legal tender.
yeah.
I mean, I've got the fuel, so it's a debt, so you can use them to pay debts,
Yeah.
not like the shop, it's different. But I did offer also to take the fuel out, but they didn't want to do that.
Yeah. I'll give it you back. Sorry, bear with. I can't get through. Which is your car?
It's at the vacuum pump. Sorry? I'm not sure what's happening, just bear with me. I'll just get it to move. Can you just move your vehicle for this gentleman? Yeah, that's fine, we'll get it moved here.
Appreciate that, mate.
Have you any £20 coins, commemorative ones?
No.
Because they don't accept payment here apparently. So I'm going to go on with that £20 coin on my petrol, I don't get it. Anyway, I'll leave you to it.
Have a look.
You want to have a look?
Yeah.
It's just that first one there.
In a minute. The rain go.
That's not a £20 coin, you think so? That's 25 pence. That's 25 pence, that.
All right. Which one is it then?
It's the small one.
What are they?
The other one, that's, pass it out, I'll get it for you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So that's 25 pence, that big one. You wouldn't think so, would you? Bear with me. There we go. Silver as well.
Where are these from then?
Well, they are commemorative coins, but they're intended for commemorative purposes and collection. But they do have a legal status, like a £1 coin.
Yeah, you could still spend it.
Well, if they accept it, yes. But a Morrison's shop wouldn't accept it, perhaps, maybe not. So then I'd have to put the goods back. So I did say to them, well, perhaps you can take your diesel back or your petrol, whichever it was. They're unwilling to take the petrol back, but they want my details now, so I'm not prepared to give them because I've offered payment.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's a civil matter.
Is it
Hello.
right?
Yeah.
So I've just told him we don't need to be here. I told him to just do it off the reg. They're not happy with that, but it's civil matter. We're not needed. We don't need your details. So drive off. Drive.
Legally. Thank you.
All right.
1822. You've been very professional. Thank you very much. You can enjoy your McDonald's drink now.
I know. Thank you. Hopefully it's not cold.
It's gone warm. See ya. Yeah, so just to confirm, the police weren't actually interested in that because it's a civil matter. If they were unwilling to accept a legal tender status, then...
Yeah.
Anyway, they tried to report it to the police, obviously, but I'm glad that the police saw the right side of it.
Yeah.
Look after yourself.
Yeah, see you, mate.
Now then, does your curiosity get the better of you now?
Oh, it's one of them, is it?
What's that?
What? Coins?
Oh, do you know all about them?
Oh, I know all about them.
Well, they didn't accept it, bless them. They were really good about it. One of them got a bit frustrated, but
Am I going on Mythbusters edition, petrol pump?
you're very good, you are, you know. Yeah. And the police have actually confirmed to myself and to them that I don't need to give my details because I've offered payment. So I did say, take my registration number, hang on to the coins and look into it. Because if they find out they can accept them, they've got them then, and they can accept them. Is there anything else you want to tell me about your pump?
No, anything else you want to know?
How do you get free petrol?
You need one of them.
Or one of
And
them.
the right codes.
You
Or one of them.
see, that's what I tried to pay with, and they're giving it me back. So that's a shame, really, because I don't want free petrol. I want to pay my way.
Oh yeah, I understand both sides though. Do you get what I mean?
I understand.
Because I understand on some of them I've seen where they will. There's one channel, and he pushes the fact that, well, I got £60 worth for only 40 quid or whatever because they're commemorative, but they're legal, so I can spend them, so I'm getting 60 quid. And you think, that's just a bit antagonistic, you know. When if you're saying, well, I only pay 40 and I'm going to pay you, and you've got to take it, and then you think.
Well,
you know what
I think it's all about the principal point that they should be able to accept them because they're legal tender.
Yeah.
And the banks are the problem because they're the ones who don't accept them.
That's what I mean. If you have to accept their stance as well, though, that they've got to get rid of them after.
Well, they did advise me to go to the post office, get it changed.
Oh, they do it, post office.
That's what they said to me. So I said, well, why don't you take it to the post office? So, you know, I mean, I tried to pay. They could take it post office, or they could use it to pay their fuel bill when the vehicle comes in on their invoice.
Ah, but that's direct, isn't it?
They could always be £20 short on their invoice and give it cash.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's nice to meet you.
All right, pal.
You're a star, I think.
As I say, if you want any more myths busted, I'm here.
Mythbuster, look after yourself. Are you the manager?
I am there, yeah.
I mean, obviously, you've been updated with this, with the police and that.
Yeah.
I am happy to give you my registration number, but not my details,
Okay.
because I know that they are acceptable, and I know other petrol stations have accepted them. I understand you don't want to accept it, but that's my offer of payment,
Right.
and that's what I didn't get.
So I think what it is because it's a very unusual occurrence. It doesn't happen every day.
Okay.
So my understanding is that they're not legal tender. So they're a commemorative coin. There is value to them, but they're not legal
What
tender.
value do you think they have?
I don't know. You buy them.
£20.
You buy them.
So
From,
I actually paid £20 for that coin.
yeah, but you buy them from. They're not distributed by the Bank of England. They're a commemorative coin that you'll get from a company like the Royal Mint, but it's not issued by the Bank of England to be part of legal tender.
The statement is on the Royal Mint website, not intended for circulation.
Yep. So
But
they're not-
the intention is not intended. Doesn't mean to say you can't use them.
We can back and forth
Yeah.
legal thing. I've just spoken to my wife,
Oh yeah,
who works in a bank,
yeah.
to clarify that they're not legal tender.
Well, they are legal
And
tender.
They work in the bank, and they are not to be there to purchase items that are commemorative coin. So even in the bank, you wouldn't go and pay that into your bank account, and they wouldn't take £20 from that coin.
Oh.
You could sell them to someone to collect as a coin. They've got some legal value, but as far as I'm aware, they are not legal tender to be paid.
Well, that's an interesting point you've got there,
Yeah.
actually, and I'm actually interested in which banks said they're not legal
Yeah,
tender.
cool.
He's having a stretch.
Good man.
Wh-
So, like you're saying, you're not willing to give me your details. I'm not willing to divulge
That's fine.
where my bank works.
All right.
But that's the understanding I have. So we've got to a situation where I'm not arguing as such. It's how much petrol are it?
£20 and 5 pence.
So what we'll do is, you can either go across to the store, there's a cash machine there, or you can call back later and pay for your petrol.
Yeah, I did explain earlier what the options were.
Right.
Can I just say, do you want to take the 5 pence at least?
No, listen. So what we'll do is, I've got your car registration number, the car details. We'll put that through, so we'll leave it till the end of today because we've got to default it off. And then if you come back and pay for your petrol,
I
with
can't do
legal
that.
tender,
I did
We'll
explain.
just process it as a default then.
And how does that work? What happens
So
then?
what we do is we pass that as a default, and what can happen is that can be passed to a recovery agency to gain the £20 back.
All
So
right.
it will, but it can be.
But then I'll just pay the recovery agency with the £20 and 5 pence.
That's right.
So
We're not willing to say that because it's not legal tender.
Also, so if you're not willing to take it because it's not legal tender in your view,
Yep.
despite ignorance of the law and all that kind of thing, we won't go into that. So you're basically just going to pass it on to them. You're going to lose out anyway then, aren't you?
If we do,
So if you've lost out then in the way of your thinking and
Yep.
actions, what's the point of passing it on?
well, because we don't accept them coins as legal tender.
So,
So like I say, you know something,
if you
£20,
want-
by the time we started arguing, we've had so many colleagues, we've had police here, it's cost us more than 20 quid as it is. So, well, if you want to come back and pay for it with legal tender, you can do. If not, we'll process it as default.
right, well, I won't be coming back to pay for it.
That's fine, we'll process it.
I just want to advise you though that when it gets passed to the debt agency, would you
Yeah.
advise them that I would be paying with the same £20 and
You know
5p?
something, all we do is fill a form.
Please advise them that before
We
they
don't
take it
advise
on.
anything there. We'll just fill the details
All right.
and they'll do what they'll do.
Okay, well, thank you anyway. You've been very professional. I like that.
I'll try.
Cheers.
Got your card, you said?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
That's not, you're going to leave that now?
I am doing. Positive interaction, great staff. what can I say? It's a shame that they didn't take the coins. I think it's important that they should have took the coins. They could have at least hung on to them until they sorted out the matter. They've got my registration details. They've got my first name. The police can't get involved. It wasn't a drive off. And if I do get a ticket or a fine in the post or a drive off receipt or what is it, invoice, what I will do is consider whether to pay it with a £20 coin and a 5p coin, or get some legal advice, because I'm pretty sure that my offer of payment was rejected on more than one occasion. And for me, I just think they need to update the policy and put pressure on the banks to accept them, because it's legal tender. And if that gentleman says his wife works in a bank and they said they're not legal tender, then what's up with the banking system? Because they are legal tender, and why would she say that? Misinformation. Maybe she didn't know. Anyway, if you want to see more of these coin interactions, there's another one I did with Tesco further down my channel. And if you check out Julian Chamberlain's channel, he inspired me and other people to do this as well. So his link's in the description, and go and watch some more.